Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Midge. His name is Ro, and you're listening to the As Yet Untitled podcast.
Keep our eyes on the goalpost. No sleep, so we stocking up on loados. No rest for the weary till we old folks. Memories fade, but they stay taking photos. When we get the time, we gon' keep them. But till then, you know we keep reaching. Hard work is all we keep preaching. Lead by example, no, we're not leaving.
Right, we might come up with a title for the old podcast during the middle of the podcast. Now that's why it probably seems a bit weird, like we've actually named it and it's on the internet and you're listening to this or whatever. Anyway, we're here in my room. It's in a bit of a state, all right. In fairness to it, it's just crap everywhere. To be honest, I haven't really cleaned it since when did we move in here? 2003.
So, anyway, this podcast is just going to be about us having a conversation about numerous topics we've come up.
Yeah, because we're such witty and insightful lads, two
Yes.
ledge bags such as ourselves.
And of course, people will want to listen to us. So, Ro, what's our first topic?
We're calling it guilty pleasures, but like stuff you wouldn't be too guilty about. Secret stuff.
It's not really secret stuff. It's more things that
So
you
just-
wouldn't really.
Yeah, you wouldn't
Me-
tell people. You wouldn't go telling people
like-
about this kind of thing.
Like me, like an example would be I like to listen to Justin Timberlake's music. I wouldn't be telling everybody about Justin Timberlake. that I
Guarantee
love.
Midge loves, and he knows all the bloody words now, so he does. That's
Only to Cry Me a River. Only to Cry Me a
he,
River.
he knows all the moves from the music video as well. Like seeing it. That's his. It's a performance for the school talent show now this year, so it is.
So anyway, what like is there anything like a TV show?
Fine. Love a bit of Madonna, me. So I do.
Do you really?
Oh, cracking songs. To actually
Jesus.
should have put that in. What do you call it? That essay to write music in my life, but
Oh my god, those like, I hate those rubbish essay
Just
titles that
such
they give.
shitty essays. Like it's
Or was that one of the teachers gave us like if we talked it's like my life is a lawnmower.
oh yeah, dust. Where does it come from? Where does it go?
Inside a golf ball.
Obviously, everyone that recognizes our voice will know who we're talking about. But anyway,
Well, another like thing that I like wouldn't be telling everyone is like I like I'm not like a huge sci-fi fan, but if there's something is set in space, it's a lot better than something that's set in Earth. If anyone knows the TV show Firefly, it's such a good TV show, and it's got a huge cult following.
is
but
this one of those
no-
things? Like I guarantee you, The Wire and Breaking Bad. There's just no programming on it, right? It's just literally just something hypnotizing you, saying you will tell all your friends The Wire was deadly, and you have to fucking watch it. That is literally all it is. I guarantee it just has no content whatsoever.
And
It's just hypnosis.
Breaking Bad is good. I've never seen
Oh,
The
for
Wire though.
God's sake. The Wire is just
I just know it's got Idris Elba in it. Is it?
that's
He's the next Bond. I'm telling you that.
really
Yeah, he's the next Bond.
without sounding racist. It'd be a new precedent, shall we say, for James Bond actors.
But James Bond, he's just the code name for the top agent at MI6. There is no person called James Bond. It's just
Yeah,
the reason it's always a different actor is the old agent must have died or he's retired, and they've got the new agent who takes over the identity of the old one. That's why there's
Ah.
always the other actor. That's why they also look nothing alike.
yeah, and that's why only half of them have actually been English, I suppose.
Yeah.
Anyway, sure. Look, isn't Moneypenny black now and all?
Moneypenny.
I thought Moneypenny was black in the last one.
Was she really? I haven't
I can't
seen the
remember.
last one.
They got totally off topic now, so we have.
And the new M is a guy now, isn't it?
Sure, M was always a man before Judi Dench came in.
Yeah. So Judy.
Now,
Dench-
if you haven't seen Skyfall, you might just pause and skip ahead a few seconds here. But poor
Yes.
old Judi Dench didn't exactly make it to the end of Skyfall.
Yeah, it's a very sad scene, you know.
Very sad. Yeah.
But the new M is good.
Yeah. Love a bit of Ralph Fiennes, so I do. In more ways than one now. There's another guilty pleasure for you, Ralph Fiennes. That we're two very honest lads, and we wouldn't have very many guilty pleasures. You know the way that you know. Anyway, we'll see what's up next now. Fears and phobias.
Fears and phobias. Oh, so a fear is basically an irrational. Well,
I thought a phobia is irrational.
Phobia is an irrational fear of something, and a fear is just like it's just you can't really explain why you're afraid of some things.
Yeah. Like I'm afraid of bullets coming out of guns. That's that's kind of a legit fear right there. You know?
There's some things you can explain you're afraid of, and some things you can't, and some things you're a bit afraid of, but you're not really. Like I'm a bit like I'm fascinated by the ocean, but I'm also a bit afraid of it.
You're a bit afraid of the ocean.
Yeah, because just
you wouldn't like to be left there for the afternoon, would you?
No, everything like if you're swimming out in the ocean, there's nothing. Like at some parts, there's nothing for 7, 8, 9 kilometers below you. There is nothing. That just
yeah, you can definitely get away with having a piss though at that stage. Like you wouldn't look around, you know.
I don't know. It just scared me. Like, and some of the creatures that live down there, like these huge octopus that they didn't know existed.
Just because you saw a National Geographic magazine for like in September 1980 doesn't mean it's around.
No, they have them. Like they've got actual footage of them. Like imagine something like you fall off like a ferry or something, and like I don't know, something's dragging you down, and you manage to get rid of like the bricks or whatever that's tied to your feet, and you finally get them off, and you're about to swim up, and you see this huge 20-meter octopus there. Like you would die. You would just die of fear. Like there's this. Like what would you do?
You do a proper fear. Like Johnny Depp and Pirates of the Caribbean, straight in the gob, like that kind of thing.
Yes, but he died.
I suppose he did. Actually, yeah, was that the last one now?
Yes.
So look, we spoiled 2 films, and we're like,
no, it was the
how many
one.
minutes into the?
We're about
7 minutes in, and we spoiled
and
2 films. This is a way to lose viewers in the first episode. Anyway.
I don't think we have any viewers to start with, so...
Yeah. Look. Yeah, you can't miss what you never had, that kind of way. How would you fall off a ferry anyway? Like,
I don't know.
You know in Titanic when he's leaning out over the edge? You're not supposed to do that.
Like, I think there's security cameras there for a reason.
Yeah, there's a sign with the bit from Titanic where he's leaning out with the big dash through it.
And like they don't allow you out if the wind is anyway strong.
Yeah,
it's just a hypothetical.
I remember that time we were on the ferry going over to Wales. Oh my god. I was feeling sick, but at the time I was addicted to Sims 2 for Nintendo DS, right? Could not get away from that Sims 2. And I was getting sick everywhere. The boat was going up and down. Glued to the old Sims 2 I was.
Oh my, no.
So, but eventually, I'll tell you now. Eventually, we went outside. Oh my god. Up on top of mountains, up on the fucking Sugarloaf. I have not been as cold, right? There's like 2 diehard smokers trying to have a fag outside. Not at the extent of... You can't even comprehend. You can't even hear yourself thinking about comprehending how bad the wind is. The wind is so loud.
Right. The worst ferry trip I've ever been on, I have no idea how old I was. It was 10 years ago, maybe. It was so bad. Not 10. 7. I have no idea. But anyway, the wind was so bad. The Irish Sea was so choppy that literally, when the boat would shake, you would literally look out the window and you'd only see sky. Then you would only see the sea. And then you would only see the sky. And I get seasick on like a normal crossing. So I was just sitting there. Like I just had to stare there out of the window for the entire 3 hours instead of 2 because the sea was so choppy. I thought I was gonna die. But it was like what's it called? It's like a catamaran ship, so it wouldn't capsize.
Yeah, I know, it was a bit ridiculous. I mean, you see all the Irish lads over at the bar having drinks.
Oh, there was one lad with his pint, and he got it, and he put it down, and he went to the toilet, and he came back, and you just saw him looking at it like, he's not going to drink that, is he? Like, it was so choppy.
But he was Irish, so he did.
They had to give him a lid for his pint.
that's that's at that stage now. I don't think that that merits having a pint at all. That's that's only the Irish. See no one else over there.
Only the Irish.
That's anywhere. Yeah, that's the problem though. Like we've brought our scumbag ways to other parts of the continent. First thing you hear when you get off the plane now in Spain, Jacinta, where's me fucking lighter? Jacinta. And you're like, just get back on the plane. At least hear a few Polish accents back in Dublin.
Like you don't have to like anywhere like Kos or somewhere like that where all the British and the Irish go. Oh my, never get me down there.
Oh, there's nowhere that's a bigger shithole now. I'm told.
Yeah.
Than fucking Gibraltar, right? It is all like the scummiest of the scumbags coming over from Britain.
Oh.
Do you know? There's one chap now, and I think you'd know who he is. First name would start with C. Think you know who I'm talking? Yeah. And it's no surprise now that for some reason he thinks Gibraltar is deadly. I'm not even messing. He's not like the sharpest tool in the box, let's just say. And he thinks Gibraltar is just the bee's knees. But apart from that, like...
So what's another fear that you have? Because this is a tangent of a tangent of a tangent.
Yeah, this is us every day. What you call it? So I have a mad phobia of a bomb going off under my bed, Midge. Because there was this one time now my sister discovered there's an alarm clock on her Nintendo DS. And the battery will actually last for quite a long time if you don't play games on it. So anyway, of course I was only a wee lad, so to go to bed at like 8:30 at night. I think I was brushing my teeth or something. And my sister, who shall remain nameless obviously, well obviously like everyone else is my sister, but anyway, she sets the timer for 12 o'clock at night. Slips it under the bed. Now what you don't know about my bed is there's another bed kind of folded up under it. There's only about an inch of space under the bed, so I couldn't see it. Slides it right under. And what you call it? She was so she set it for 12 o'clock, goes off at 12 o'clock. Now she thought it would be like kind of a minor nuisance and kind of there beep 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 beep. And I'd be a bit annoyed and be worse had tomorrow or whatever. No. I took this way too far. I thought I could hear in the night. I could just hear beep 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 beep. First thoughts, oh my god, a bomb, right?
Of course, when you're 8 or whatever, that's the first thing you think.
Yeah. I don't remember when they were 8, but you were a fucking idiot.
Like there is nothing like. Kids don't learn rational thinking till they're about 12.
Yeah, and even at that, you kind of only learn about some of it. There's a few of our friends now kind of haven't learned it at all.
Like they're like, it's mad. Like when you hear about this like person on Reddit who didn't learn how to use a toilet properly. So for his entire life till he was about 20, he was sitting on the rim because he thought the toilet seat was for women. And he only found this out when he went to buy a new toilet, and the person asked him, "Oh, yeah, the seat is free," and he said, "What do you mean? I don't need a seat."
Oh no! There's another guilty pleasure for you, using an actual toilet seat instead of just the rim. Anyway, so this bomb, right? I remember, like, oh, that's pooing on the rim, or doing a poo on the rim. I mean, my granddad weed with the seat down once, but apart from that, that's the worst ever.
Okay.
But who would even know? Look, anyway, so I thought it was a bomb anyway, so I was kind of like contemplating. I obviously never thought about, what if I was going to be killed by a bomb or whatever, what would I do? So I was there kind of saying prayers for a while or whatever. Because you're very religious when you're 8 years old, especially if you went to the school I did. Anyway, so I figured, I'd just seen Mission Impossible, right? So I figured stealth was key. I was figured like one bead of sweat. Do you remember that bit in Mission Impossible? The bead of sweat coming down off.
Yeah.
I figured like one bead of sweat would set off the bomb, right? It was both timed and motion sensitive. I didn't have a lot of rationale, so I figured this is how it's gonna work. Slide out of the bed, real stealthy, tumble onto the floor, head down like proper duck and cover thing. You see those ads from the 50s with nuclear bombs, duck and cover. Oh no, it's gonna go off. Then I still hear beep 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 beep. So I hadn't thought it through. Legged it upstairs to the parents' room. Right. Ma, it's a bomb under my bed. Never heard my parents laugh so much, and like I was quite distraught at the time or whatever. I don't think they really all that concerned now. What you call it? And we had to open it up, and there was the fucking pink DS of my sister. Beep 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 beep. Decided to get one over on my sister, right? And of course she had kind of developed a bit of rationale with this age. She'd become the intelligent one or whatever. But of course, so she just like pulled it out, turned it off, ran down the battery, playing fucking Sims 2. There's that stupid game again. I don't think I ever really got one over on her, to be honest. But I think the most embarrassing thing now I've ever had to do, and that she just, even worse than that bomb thing, was it was one time before we ever gave the spare keys to the neighbours, before we even had spare keys cut actually. What was it? Dad locked himself out of the house, trying to get. See, we live next to this good friends of ours now, and they'd be the same age as myself and my sister. So we were in there, right? Dad came out to get us, locked the keys inside in the house.
Oh, no.
So he goes out the back of the neighbour's house, sees there's an open window in May's room, and it's a little slit window up at the top.
Yeah.
And so Dad took me up onto the roof anyway, and everyone was watching. The neighbours, there's all four of them, my sister, and of course Dad's looking at me. Ro, go through the window there, you'd be grand. I won't fit that. I'll take off your shoes for you. Takes off my shoes, belted to come off, right? And he's trying to like shove me through the window. And there's all like, and there used to be an old man now, and sadly he's passed away now there recently, but I think he was kind of looking on and amazed. He didn't really see the context of it, so he just saw my dad shoving me through the window.
So, moving on
very swiftly
from
on.
losing a battle of wits with your sister to losing your mind.
Losing my mind.
It happens something like Alzheimer's or something where like you wake up and you don't know who you are. Like that, I'd say that's the biggest fear. Because like, if you woke up one day and you have no idea who anybody was.
Yeah, you well got raped. I'm not even messing though. Like that's.
No, I mean like properly. It happens. Like, have you heard about this guy Benjamin Kyle in America?
Ah.
It's basically
Oh, is this your man? He hit his head in the teacup rides. And now he can speak Chinese, or is that something?
No. They found him behind the Burger King, unconscious, and
So that's probably just from the Burger King.
he doesn't know who he is. He has no recollection of his life except for a few memories. Like there's been like nationwide searches in like Canada and in the United States for his family. No one is his family. Like I think he's the only person in America who's missing, but everyone knows who he is. Like he has no family, he has no friends, he has no recollection of where he used to live. He is like they think he used to work in like as a fry cook, because like sometimes if you do things over and over again, like you don't have to think about it, you do it naturally.
Oh, so he could do an old Whopper.
He could do like he could fry some chips for you, but I think like he cannot remember anything about his life. And like if something like that happened to me, like when they found him, he didn't even know how old he was. Like if something like that happened to you, like
yeah, I remember waking up one time and kind of just looking over and thinking, what side of the bed am I on? But like that's not where the window is supposed to be. And I was like, oh my god, I've been kidnapped. This was another like stupid 3 o'clock in the morning job here. This is the bomb all over again, right? Realised after walking around the room for a while, I was in my granddad's house. Oh, like just, you know those moments you just feel so stupid.
yeah.
We were going about France once, and I wondered why everyone had an F on their license plate. Oh, F for Finland. Oh, that was just Why did I voice that? I actually said that out loud. I was getting slagged off about that for the rest of the bloody holiday. Was that F for Finland? Do you reckon they're from Finland? Or
And you were-
was their own?
Oh, and you were 3 at the time, were you?
No, I would have been 15.
No, that's embarrassing.
That is not good. That is not good at all.
And I used to think the Belgian number plates were American because they're small and like
Small.
red. And I thought, oh, I've never seen an American car before. Oh, jeez, there's another one. And another. Where are we here?
Right.
Oh.
Moving not
Swiftly
not,
on.
not so swiftly on to kind of nostalgia. We were already talking about nostalgia now. Do you have any happy memories of the school days?
Happy memories at school.
Like, you'd always have happy memories at primary school because as
Like
as
when you
we-
were that age, you had no idea what was
Yeah,
going on in the world whatsoever.
yeah.
Like you thought, like you didn't like think about any like war or
What? Yeah.
death or anything. That all didn't exist. You were just like, you were happy. Like
I think I
the
vaguely
most-
remember some war and Madeleine McCann getting kidnapped. I think that was pretty much the extent of what I knew about the world in my childhood. That was,
yeah,
But like you thought primary school was a bit crap at the time, but then you go into secondary school and you're like,
Yeah.
oh my god, primary school was so easy. Like, if you're not from Ireland, primary school, you don't really do like science
it's
or
more like
history or geography. You colour in stuff, do some basic maths, you learn some really bad Irish. It's really basic,
and like
and you
it's
say some prayers.
and it's very like teacher oriented.
yeah, whatever the teacher kind of fancy to do.
You have one teacher, and there is no timetable. So the teacher decides what you do when you do it.
Yeah. You pretty much just like if the teacher liked art, you did a bit of art.
You did art.
Or
yeah.
actually, I think in our case now we had a school principal and she loved singing songs. And now, as Midge would know, I'm not, shall we say,
the most musical talent.
I'm no Pavarotti. But just there's so many songs just like burnt into my mind now. I find myself singing, like going to the toilet or whatever. The bells of the Angelus are calling to. I can still remember all these songs. Like it was crap, but it was handy, and you didn't seem to like. There seemed very little work about. There was pretty much only one test per year, which was
Yeah.
the Drunkonda test,
Yeah.
and you didn't know what you got. I think there was one year I just like
And what about-
realized there
you know
were
those-
no consequences.
What about that test like where they want to see if you got like extra English or extra maths?
Oh yeah, you do that.
It was those tests, and like they were like, I remember I was like in 3rd class and I did those, and we had to like fill in words into this thing. I had no idea what it said on the page. I was just reading, like, what is this thing about? I had no idea, and that was the year I went to extra English
yeah.
because I had no idea what they were even like shouting on about on the page. So like, I
Remember-
just filled in these random words.
Do you remember the Drunkonda test? And every year it'd be like the same fucking comprehension. So
Yeah.
you just got better at it every year. You didn't like get better English skills. You just remembered the answers from last year,
remembered
and you talked to other people about what the answers they got. I distinctly remember the birds. Remember living in the cave on the cliff face.
Yeah.
On the cliff face. Yeah, that was. And even they thought they were really clever. They thought they could outsmart us when we were about 6.
Yeah.
And you'd because all the desks were in 2s, so you'd have test A and the
And then
person and
test
test B. So test A would say like, John has 4 rabbits, Mary has 6 rabbits, and
How many?
Paddy has twice as many as both of them combined.
How many does Paddy?
How many does Paddy have? And then test B, John has 4 apples, Mary has 6 apples. Like it'd just be
Different words.
differently worded. And it was like, are apples the same as rabbits? Do they add up the same? I'm kind of thinking about this in my head. Oh my god, they do!
And
Quite easy. After.
moving on from people thinking that they're smarter than children to people thinking who are smarter than NASA. You know, there are 2 spectrums. There's a spectrum of like idiots. In the middle, there's all the normal people. On the left, there's all the people that are stupid. Like that probe they sent up to that meteor or whatever it was. They said like, there's one half of the people saying, like, not one half, but like the far left of the spectrum saying they could have used that money to build a hospital. And there's the far right saying, oh, we're using it to communicate with aliens. They're both idiots, but they're both like on opposite ends in the spectrum. If the people on the left with the hospital, if they say that for everything.
Yeah, yeah.
If we're up to them, they'd be living next, like there'd be a hospital on every corner.
Ah, yeah.
And like the problem is, NASA developed most of the hospital stuff. With all like the science that they do.
Yeah, see, if anyone isn't from Ireland, you don't realise how
Lucky like
well, no, but how lucky
you are to have a good health system.
Well, yeah. But in how our political system works is you take very ignorant people from the right and from the left, and you let them kind of hit off each other on radio.
Yeah.
It's not really kind of
Talk
moderate.
shows that start about 9 o'clock at night.
And they go on to them at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Like the amount of idiots you get on that show.
See, the moderator never really calls out like
he has
facts.
He has to be completely like unbiased whatsoever.
Yeah, but they also try and kind of stoke the fires of controversy.
Yeah.
And they don't really attempt at calling it now for being a bit of a bollocks. See, you don't have like, they never have like actual experts. It's more
people
just
that think they're
lads
experts,
who have
but
enough
they're
money.
complete
Yeah,
idiots.
people.
Like,
Anyone who has enough money to phone a local phone number, which is just about anybody in Ireland, because it's like 15 cents a minute or something. So they'll be like, the consequences of immigration. Will we have economists? Will we have the minister responsible?
No, we'll get Joe from leading the north side of Dublin.
Yeah, we'll have Joe from
who drives a taxi.
Yeah, Joe. They always drive taxis. Actually, it's uncanny how many taxis.
Like, we're not being racist here. It's always
consistently.
Yeah, it is consistently taxi drivers from the north side. It's a fact. We're not being prejudiced towards it.
Or it's the odd time. It's a middle-aged woman from Dublin.
Yes.
Who's calling in to whinge about something. Primarily on there's this one particular talk show now, Joe Duffy, right? Anyone who,
that's the one that's on during the day, where
Joe
it's like
Duffy's
they have experts on that one.
Yeah, well, it was at the odd time.
Yes, the odd time.
But see, Joe Duffy is a bit tame. He'd be like, this old woman wasn't paying her bin charges, so they're not paying her. They're not taking away her all her shite anymore or something. And then someone else would come in, Joe, it's terrible, Joe, bleeding terrible. And like, Joe is a bit of a sap or whatever. He just kind of, a bit of a sponge actually, kind of just absorbs all that. Oh, go on. Jesus, go on. Doesn't really like offer any insightful input into it. And but then you get to the 9 o'clock shows, and it's pretty much 1 minute past the watershed.
Yeah.
And you'll have some prat like Niall Boylan comes on. So lads, abortion. I'm not going to point out any facts or statistics. We'll just go to the phones. We've got Liam. He look at that, he drives a taxi. Isn't that uncanny?
Those shows, have you ever seen like the NASA's Unexplained Files on like Discovery Channel? Oh my.
Yeah. If you've ever been homesick from the school, you end up watching all these. You get bored of like loose women, you end up going to NASA programs.
NASA's Unexplained Files, like the amount of like stupid people that are out there to come up with these theories.
Yeah, it is usually nut jobs. There's kind of a tinfoil hat brigade, we'll call them.
Who's that guy that they always have him on who thinks everything's aliens, and he's got like
Alex Jones. Is it Alex Jones?
He's like bald and he's got like this puffy hair, and there's a proper meme of him. He's just like anything like aliens. He's always on like Ancient Aliens and.
Oh come on! Every year though, around September, you get the 9/11 conspiracy theorists.
Oh.
And they prove it. Yeah, look, we've
replicated
the explosion here in this building. It's come down. No, we don't believe it. No.
Jet fuel cannot melt steel beams.
No, look,
it just can't.
We have a jet fuel explosion. There was a lot of heat. Steve.
Jet fuel can't melt steel beams.
And
I don't care about your facts. Jet fuel can't melt steel beams because I'm right.
Yeah,
like
I happen to be an accountant. Yeah, I think I know about
you. You happen to be a scientist.
Yeah,
and a chemist.
And this guy in a structural engineering degree. Yes. I'm an accountant. Not charged anymore. I got kicked off for doing drugs.
And I know for a fact, jet fuel does not melt steel beams.
Now, as much as we've ridiculed this, I guarantee we've got about 10 comments now. Jet fuel can't melt steel beams. Look, I got jet fuel and a big steel beam, lads.
First of all, if you try to light jet fuel, it doesn't light.
Yeah. It was the fucking explosion, lads. And then there was a lot of shit on fire.
Yes.
And steel gets melty then.
Yes.
Anyway.
There's all those idiots that say Bush did 9/11.
Yeah, he's just a fucking idiot.
Yeah, like he doesn't have the foresight to do this. He's an idiot.
He was there when they told him what happened. He was reading fucking My Pet Ghost.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Which I suspect was only trying to cover up the piss stain in his pants. But anyway, we'll say no more. We're not going to be partisan here.
No.
We of course have huge respect for the American Republican Party, as does
Yeah,
everybody else
as
in
is
Europe.
everyone else. Oh,
Yeah, we really don't.
like even America, like
Yeah, one of our
those
Americans
people-
thinks the sun goes around the earth. You know that?
like I love those tweets. Like I don't know if people are just like taking the piss or something. Like people like, how is Beyonce #1 in 100 countries? There's only 7. North America, South America, Europe, Africa, Australia, and Asia. How is there 100 of them?
Oh my god!
Like they don't know where Canada is. You give them a world map. Where is Canada? There. And they point to like Brazil or something like that. Or where's North Korea? And
They point to South Korea.
They point to Australia. Where's South Korea? And they point to me in Tasmania. I never knew that North Korea was so much bigger than South Korea. That's kind of unfair, isn't it?
Ah, dear, oh dear. And like, and people wonder why
Like
a certain businessman is the front runner
Yeah.
for the Republican nomination. We're not going to name names,
Not
but
really.
certain orangutan man.
Who has a very bad hairdo.
Yeah.
Who John Oliver described as a clown made of cotton candy and old foreskin.
Oh no! We're actually going to be talking about nostalgia here, right?
Yeah,
Tell you now.
nostalgia. The first time I've seen John Oliver, his show, like it was only ever on like at 11 o'clock, so I only got to see like the few jokes at the first. I never knew he did a big segment.
Oh yeah.
So I watched him and I was like, oh my god, he's so funny. And I looked him up on YouTube and there's all these like long videos of him talking about talks. I'm like, oh my god, this guy is like the funniest man
Yeah,
in the
it's
world.
amazing though. Like that's pretty much where the only like serious news where it actually has facts is on satirical programs now. It's not even.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's the only place that's unbiased
Yeah.
because HBO is so
Yeah,
independent.
I'm not exactly sure how their
They don't-
business model works.
They
but
don't advertise.
So they don't advertise.
It's pay TV. That's why they can chat shit about any product on that show.
Yeah,
Because there's
yeah.
no sponsors.
And then you turn to Fox News and it's like, tonight, does Barack Obama love America? They ask very open questions. Like, they get away with it.
Oh my god.
Some have said he's actually from Kenya. Some have said he's with the terrorists. Who fucking said that? You said it. You just said it yesterday, and then you say fucking. Some have said does not count.
Like
Just Sean Hannity. Just because Sean Hannity said it on the radio this morning doesn't mean he gets to say some have said that afternoon.
Yeah.
That does not count.
bro, you know when like those programs where they have like people talking about just like have you ever seen that about the spy thing on John Oliver where someone's talking about the Patriot Act and then they're talking to some expert and then wait we have to stop you there. Justin Bieber has been arrested in Miami. So they're talking about something, an issue of national security, and they go in, Justin Bieber has been arrested, as if that is more important.
Yeah. I mean, they should at least do kind of picture-in-picture job.
Yeah.
You know, they always split the screen in
Yes.
America. Usually it's with the shouting match or whatever, but you have a Patriot Act expert on one side, Justin Bieber pissing in a mop bucket on the other side.
Okay.
That's now I remember. See, I have so many happy memories, the happy days from school now. See, do you know the way like in your childhood, for some reason you look back on it, and for some reason it was all sunny, but despite the fact that it clearly wasn't. But I remember for all the younger viewers, when we were going to primary school, especially when I was going to primary school, we didn't have like health and safety. We used to play in this the tarmac yard. Loads of the tarmac was all loose. You'd all slip on it, but that wasn't the worst part. See, there used to be where the nuns used to live. I don't know why they had it there because nuns didn't even live there for like 20 years before I started. They didn't live there. We used to go in there once a year for the May procession to look at the statue of Mary. We had another one, but like that was the good one that we kept there. But anyway, there was this fence separating us from the convent in case, like, I don't know, at but it was all just like brambles overgrown onto the fence, and there was loads of like loose wire sticking out, and we used to like push each other up against the fence and be like blood everywhere. And the teacher was like, "Boys, don't push. Oh, Tobrona or a miss. Sorry." I said, sorry, not understand lads. And then she just let us away with it. But I remember they used to in the summer months, because you know they could give less of a fuck about hay fever. They used to let us out onto the fields in the summer. This big field and just never did nothing with, right? Until recently, they're building apartments on it now because the school has no money.
Instead of building a new school.
Yeah, they built a new school. They didn't really have money for it. They had to sell off the rest of the grounds. But they used to cut the grass at the same time as we were on the pitch, and it wasn't some kind of lawnmower job, you know, or even kind of a ride-on. This was a massive tractor pulling a thing behind it, right?
The one that just leaves the grass
It
there.
just leaves the grass. Oh, it'll blow away. And there's all the kids with hay fever standing up against the wall going and eyes watering and all. And it's like you could either stand up against the wall, get hit with skipping ropes over at the basketball court, or get hay fever out in the field. And what used to be happening there? Oh yeah, so you used to play this game. How long could you stand in front of the tractor before you ran out of the way? After about 10 minutes of people like dodging tractors or whatever, they ring the bell. This is boys and girls, do not run in front of the tractor. Yes, miss. And
young children are very stupid.
Then we get out the sticky back, because obviously we didn't really have phones or anything. So sticky back was
What's sticky back?
You don't know about sticky back. Sticky back is this kind of weed that grows near bushes.
Oh yeah, I know.
You know the one. Oh, and you'd come in, and of course there was somebody who'd be like they'd and be blatantly obvious that they were doing it, because you'd see them coming with loads of like behind their back, the big shit-eating grin on their face. Slamming, how you row, how you man. But some people were really sly, and they'd have this way of like tossing it onto you, and you'd sit down in the chair after, massive bit of sticky back on the jumper or whatever.
Like, this was a time where Tamagotchi was like
Tamagotchi
the best
was
thing
the thing. But of course you can only play the Tamagotchi, you have to be really sly about it over in the
like,
corner.
If like the teacher saw you with it, they'd confiscate and they'd recess it and kill your Tamagotchi.
yeah. This is the ultimate punishment. You get your Tamagotchi.
No, not my Tamagotchi.
It was about an hour and a half getting to that level, oh no.
Like, this was a time before mobile phones.
Well, no, we had
mobile phones, but
the parents had mobile phones. I remember my dad had a Motorola, and they were the big Motorola.
the flip phone.
Yeah, he had a flip up Motorola.
My dad had an old Nokia.
Yeah, the Nokia.
His best phones there had ever been. Like, there was...
You'd always hear your parents talking about them,
I mean.
because the battery used to last them for 5 days every time you're plugging in your phone. I remember the battery used to last me 5 days. I think you only charged it about twice over the life of the phone. But he was there with his Motorola. Oh, this is the future. Motorola. And we had the TV on one day. Lance Armstrong won the Tour de France, and my dad was there. That is the man, bro. You look up to Lance Armstrong. Oh yeah, that he made.
He should be in prison.
I think he made some. That's a bit wild.
Oh, he should be. He
Here,
lied under oath.
get us a few more cans there.
He lied under oath.
He lied under oath. Yeah, but it's not like a matter of national security. This is Bill Clinton all over again. He lied about getting his willy sucked. Oh no!
Cheers. So, a new topic.
I'm still talking about all the stupid stuff we used to be doing. Oh yeah. So, back to all the sticky back now. We used to get bored with the sticky.
Talk about the tractor.
The tractor. Oh, actually, now I forgot to mention one thing. We had this one chap who shall remain nameless again.
No names being named.
I think anybody who went to my school, anyone who knows me knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
He was a few years older than us, and he's in prison now.
Is he really?
Well, he got kicked out of the other secondary school in our area, let's just say.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
It's not it doesn't begin with T, it's the other one.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not. Sorry, we're drinking too many cans here. not cans of beer now, lads. It's Coca-Cola.
And,
Stay sober for this now.
Iron Brew.
An Iron Brew. We're going off on such a tangent here. We might have to cut this bit out now. So, this one chap anyway, who should remain nameless. Probably everyone knows who he is. Probably notorious at this stage in the old crime section of the Sunday Independent or something. He decided, your man who was driving the tractor went off for a smoke or something. Left the old keys in. And your man decides he's going to take it for a spin.
Oh no.
Fires it up anyway. Of course, he's never driven a tractor before, because Dublin lad or whatever. He didn't like know how to turn it around. Keep just rolling. There's all like just kids running out of the way. He goes straight into the bushes, and all this like leaves and stuff go flying. And then you just see this hedgehog go up in the air. And poor old Hedgie the Hedgehog.
Hedgie the Hedgehog.
I think that's what we were calling him. He was kind of only named posthumously.
So he died.
Yeah, Hedgie the Hedgehog died, and instead of giving her a proper burial, I think Miss Goggins, and I can't believe she was called Miss Goggins, like from Postman Pat. She just threw him back in the bushes again. We're like distraught children or whatever. So that's that. But of course, eventually we got bored of tractors and sticky backing. See, there was this bush down at the back. We used to call it Hobo Bush.
Hobo Bush.
So in hobo bushes, there used to be. I don't think, in fairness, there wasn't actually a hobo in there. I think it was like students to come along at night, because it was kind of clearing the bushes, and whether it was the students, or the hobo, they kind of lived a simple life. Aside from, they had kind of two guilty pleasures, shall we say, cheap cider and John Player Blue. So there'd be loads of cider cans and packets of John Player Blue. There's about 100 packets of John Player Blue.
Man.
So used to be like taking out old cans and throwing them at each other. Oh look, there's a bit of cider in this one. Throwing them at each other. It was like wee in them and everything. I think wee. I think I can say piss in this podcast. Yeah. They've improved all the health and safety now though, and that's cool.
Okay.
You can't like run, but you can't walk. You have to like walk very quickly or something.
Yeah, like why do people they're so concerned about health and safety, about getting so like, if you fall, how is that the school's fault? I've never understood this.
Sure, that's Ireland for you, like that.
Oh yeah, I fell. That's the school's fault because I don't know why.
Oh, my child fell off a swing and he hurt his hand. I'll sue the council. That's Ireland, lads.
I just don't understand.
Oh look, there's something unsightly in the way of my house. Somebody's up in court. We live in a very backwards country.
Not as bad as in America with all our sue culture.
Ah, yeah. Sure, you'd be up in court for anything like that. There was some lad. His neighbour kept like, what was it, blowing leaves onto his lawn. Up in court for it. Sure, in Ireland, like, you just have a fight. And that'd be the end of it.
Moving on from
very swiftly
sue culture onto
and throwing beer cans at each other. Aged 11.
Other guilty pleasures. Any movies that you wouldn't share with the world that you love?
Wouldn't share. This is going on the internet.
Yes. Like that you wouldn't like. So what film will we be watching, class? Says, oh miss, let's watch whatever.
Let's watch.
I think you're into. You're into like.
What?
I think you're into Frozen or something like that. Oh miss, can we
I'm
watch
into Frozen? Did you hear about your man? His little girl was having a birthday party, and he was looking. The wife rang him, and inside Woody's something. Get frozen balloons. And he's going all about the place trying to get frozen balloons. And he was looking in with the frozen pizzas.
So
he thought they were actually frozen.
So,
Anyway, no. I'm not into Frozen, which is a calculate. Love a few rom-coms now.
do you really?
Yeah, Miss was looking for a film and there was no objections. I imagine there would be. Bridget Jones' Diary, 4 Weddings and a Funeral. Oh, what's that other one? View them on one night. Or a couple of nights.
What's it called? What's that one with Justin Timberlake called and Mila Kunis? Friends with Benefits.
Friends with Benefits are two. That's the classics. The golden era of rom-coms. Hugh Grant, the 90s, right?
Nah, Friends with Benefits.
And there was about a boy.
It's Justin Timberlake.
Justin, God's sake. See, I can't take Mia Kunis seriously. First of all, she was Meg on Family Guy. She still is. When I saw the voice was Meg from Family Guy. The stupid hat and the big glasses and all the rest of it. You know, if you're gonna get into your rom-coms now, it's all about the 90s and it's all about Hugh Grant. I'm trying to think. It was about a boy, 4 weddings and a funeral, Bridget Jones'
What's
Diary,
that? Something Hill.
Notting Hill, another classic.
You couldn't get me to watch that. Guilty film pleasures for me. Transformers. Transformers. I don't know. People say like, oh, they're so bad. It's 20-foot robots killing each other. How can you not like that? It's robots fighting to the death.
Tell you what's another guilty pleasure, and I guarantee it's a guilty pleasure for even like the people who do the Oscars or something.
Yeah.
But they just think, you know, they're just such snobs that they think it's beneath them. Steven Seagal films, right? Steven Seagal. He's only made one film that ever got critical acclaim, right? I reckon there's a Hollywood elite that has something out for Steven Seagal. Just because he just plays every role with the one voice, which is his regular voice. There's one film, I think he's supposed to be Latino. He doesn't even bother doing the voice. He just does his regular voice. He just speaks Steven Seagal.
People say, what's his name? Nicolas Cage. I like Nicolas Cage.
Oh, leave
That's my biggest guilty pleasure. I like Nicolas Cage. He has made some good films. National Treasure. That was a good film. National Treasure 2. Even better.
National Treasure 2 I bought for, I believe, €1 at a school fete.
They're good films. People are idiots.
Oh dear, got some great stuff with that now. Whitney Houston. When I got into Whitney Houston, I started listening to her after bought a few CDs at the school fete. It used to be a great place to get all this.
No, it couldn't get.
Oh yeah,
Like,
I Will Always Love You.
Ro
That's a
has
classic.
different music tastes to me. Like,
has different music tastes to most people.
yes, Ro. Like he doesn't know anything after 2010. Like, if you asked him what's house music, he said he would say music you play in your house.
Yeah, that's totally different now from outdoor music.
He has no idea what house music even sounds like.
It's house music. I prefer the out the back smoking music now.
If I asked him who Hardwell or Martin Garrix was, he'd be like, "Is that some like elaborate YouTuber that you do be watching?"
Because I say stuff like that you do be watching.
Yeah, that's what you talk like.
Because, you know, the old parents wouldn't be from Dublin. So I say stuff like, the old parents wouldn't be from Dublin. But I digress.
You digress?
I digress a lot of the time. My whole life is digressing or standing in the queue, etc. We've nothing else to say, have we? We didn't come up with the title for this.
So,
we barely came up with fake names, which a load of this is getting edited.
So, we still need a title for our podcast, Ro. If anybody like even has listened to this point here, leave a comment saying I love Coca-Cola. And if we see comments and saying I love Coca-Cola, we know you've reached this point here. It's like in, you know, Stephen Hawking's A Brief History of Time.
Yeah.
Like there was on one of the pages there's a postcard, and they asked people who reached that point to send the postcard in, and they got like, I think 10% of all the books sold. They got the cards back.
Yeah. But I can guarantee you, it'll be like, if they do that one in, I don't know, Katie Price, my autobiography. Every single lad, all the way to the end.
There's so many idiots in this world that are famous for no reason. Like
us, soon to be. Oh, just excuse me.
There's so many idiots in this world. It is unbelievable.
Yeah, you would believe it though. Plenty of Egypts, plenty of Egypts.
Oh my god.
Namely,
some of them want to be president. Some of them were president of America.
Yeah, we're not going to name names.
We're not going to name names.
But a certain 43rd president. whose name starts with George, ends with Bush, and in the middle
And it's
W.
It's from Texas.
and is from Texas, and his dad was the 41st president.
Yes.
We're not going to say.
We're not gonna say not gonna name any names here.
Yeah. I guarantee all those I love Coca-Cola comments. I love Coca-Cola. And jet fuel can't melt steel beams.
This is gonna be like the running joke throughout every single
Every
episode.
single podcast.
There's gonna be
It's
something
like-
about jet fuel, not melted
Do
steel.
you ever
beams.
watch Mock the Week?
Love Mock the Week.
Oh, you know the way what is it? All the jokes about step ladder and the step ladder. That's gone on for about 7 seasons. The longevity of that joke is uncanny.
And the megabus man.
Here, Darryl O'Brien runs a damn fine megabus course.
Yes.
It's like John O'Groats to Land's End for £4.50. But your seat may or may not smell like a bit of wee-wee. Now there's that's not as bad as there's a certain bus that be coming around our school. We always joke, the sun cover you see, you'd always see on the front window of the bus to shield the driver's eyes. Picture a dice for some reason, which we figure is kind of like you roll the dice, you take your chance when you get on his bus. First of all, most of the seat belts are pretty much as good as another bit of rope tied on at this stage. At this hour of their life. Unless you're a very specific kind of fat, they're literally no good. It says no smoking, but all you can smell is fags. And he always leaves the glove box open, and there's nothing but packets of Benson and Hedges. And then no eating, and you just see a bus pulling away and everyone having their sandwich.
So
And the space between the seats is not designed for people legs. It's designed for like if you had Tyrannosaurus Rex arms for legs. That's all it's good for.
I think we're reaching the end of the podcast. So anyway, if you like this episode, comment down below and say I love Coca-Cola if you reach the end.
And we're reporting you if you write jet fuel can't melt steam beams.
Yes, you're getting bored
You're
from this
getting
entire
bored.
channel.
We're reporting your channel to you.
Yes,
too. That's
jet fuel.
how it goes.
So if you enjoyed this, there might be one at some stage. Probably never. But there might be.
Yeah.
We hope you all enjoyed this.
And if you can think of any good ideas for the name of the podcast,
comments down below.
yeah, we might send you a prize. We might not. We're a bit temperamental.
Find something here in this room. You can
Yeah,
get
Do you want a kind of half sprayed can of body spray?
maybe a
James
My
Bond
Name is James Bond CD. It will send you a name.
Yeah,
My Name is Bond CD.
It has most of the best James Bond theme tunes. Now, they're not by the original artist. I think it was just one man sung them all in one music session. And I think he actually works at Deals as well, which is where I bought it. So you'll have that to look forward to.
And
some of the songs don't work. I don't think track 7 really works anymore. But sure, look.
we'll see
CD's
us
the future, don't you know?
So we'll see you all soon.
We will.
Goodbye.
Bye.
What's up, everybody? My name is E-Double, and this is Black Paisley. Here we go, yeah. I'm at the bar in my jeans and the shirt I got from Target, talking to some pretty lady. Said their blouse is from the forest. I said great, I don't make clothes, but I could probably make those. Unravel simple stitches when I cut my fucking beat. No tops, no ceilings outside, old buildings looking like an indie picture that they made for the kids. But this kid ain't having it, cause roofs have advantages. I really ain't a fan of all this rain in my drink, so dump it out and grab a fresh John. On to the next one. Cup runneth over, I am feeling upper echelon. Mistakes have been made and my attitude is shitty, but that's not reason enough to have this party turn pity. so we owe until the sunrise. Loose ends untied, hands stay dumb high, sipping on that mumbai. Gin and tonics, grease the wheels, lemon lime, the rhymes are peeled. Monsters in the city, so let's run this town like Cloverfield. Raise the roof, love the chase, let it burn with every take. Sipping hard until it's easy and you're feeding for the bass. Lights on, cut them off, we don't need them shits at all. We are blind to all their facts, but we are happy where we are. Happy where we are. Happy where we are. Happy where we are. We are blind, blind, blind. We are happy where we are. Robots can't drink, but I know that I can. Even on a double doses I can. Dish that riff-raff, anybody's opiates and arms traded like my veins from Taipan. That's the part of the night where I black out. 2 sheets to the wind, need a snack now. No sheets, no wah-wah, only roll phone in this town. Stop playing Joe Stackhouse. I got my vices, they got the ices, and they booby trapped all the nice shit. So take a knee, man, and drink a schmear off. It's not my cup of tea, so I veer off. I'm on my way now, Vision Quest out. Headphones and my battery is full pow. Fuck a cab cause the music drives me. So the right time cause my mind got high beam. The Gatorade soothes me, but I'm choosy. Original colors cause the others never wooed me. No problem, I'm on that fruit punch, can't bully me. I never lose lunch, in other words I rarely vomit. Frequency is that of the Halley Comet. Unless I'm on the mic then it's fairly common. If I capture the stomach like a purging raise the roof, love the chase, let it burn with every take. Sipping hard until it's easy and you're feeding for the bass. Lights on, cut them off, we don't need them shits at all. We are blind to all their facts, but we are happy where we are. Happy where we are. Happy where we are. Happy where we are. We are blind, blind, blind. We are happy where we are. Then the sun comes back and my lungs are full of arrogance. Recall the night's events. Hope I wasn't acting arrogant, but I probably was. I was sipping on the Seraphim, purchased by some bougie broads who thought I was a terrapin. Goddamn, I'm a turtle with a hard shell, stubborn as a used car dealer with his hard sell. But I ain't buying it, I can still retire this. Put the bottle down, pick it up and get higher. Raise the roof, love the chase, let it burn with every take. Sipping hard until it's easy and you're feeding for the bass. Lights on, cut them off, we don't need them shits at all. We are blind to all their facts, but we are happy where we are. Happy where we are. Happy where we are. Happy where we are. We are blind, blind, blind. We are happy where we are. Yeah. Happy Friday, everybody. My name is E-Double, Black Paisley Records. Lots of good things going on. I hope everyone's doing great. I hope everybody saw the Phillies and the Orioles with their nice wins last night. 11-0. You know what I mean? Phillies 9-5. Orioles, nice. Put some runs on the board. I know people hate it when I talk about baseball, and trust me, I don't care about it that much either. That's why it's even that much funnier. Anyway, hope everybody is doing just splendidly. Just splendidly. Have a great weekend. And if you don't mind, go to facebook.com/edubhiphop, twitter.com/edubhiphop. And please pass the music around if you enjoy it. And we got some real good stuff coming up at the end of the month. And I hope everybody's doing great. Talk to you guys soon.